Hey guys, what's going on? It's Corrupt, back again with episode number 6 of Season 2 of Improving Your Game. I'm really psyched about this episode. I finally finished doing all those guns, so I don't have to start using LMGs anymore. Thank God. That was a bad experience. But, you know, I'm happy to do it. Those don't support my playstyle, but I know a couple people that do exceptionally well with them, and I'm totally cool with that. But anyway, guys, so I wanted this episode to be about offensive tactics originally, but then I realized that when it comes down to it, more people play defensively than offensively. So let's start off here with some pretty solid defensive tactics, like a pretty solid defensive tactics video. And I just want to point out that in this gameplay, I am using a submachine gun, which is not what I would recommend for defensive tactics, but I play pretty defensively once we get the flag and everything. So the first thing I want to talk about with main defensive tactics is that this is going to be lots of high kill streaks, very slow play though. So if you want to get a MOB, if you want to get, you know, if you are a campish quote-unquote person, this is the type of playstyle that'll support you. So when it comes down to it, this is when I would recommend you run higher kill streaks. They're going to help you a little bit more. You'll be in an area where you'll be able to defend more, and you'll just be generally covering people a lot better. And that's another thing, that this defensive tactics isn't just camping in a corner or playing for yourself. You can also play pretty well for your team as well. But of course, every team needs those offensive players to go with them. But anyway, so when it comes down to this, I'm going to recommend assault rifles. You could run LMGs and play very defensively, or you could run submachine guns and play very defensively, depending on the game type you're playing. But when it comes down to it, I would really recommend an assault rifle. They're extremely reliable, and when you're playing defensively, when people are going to know where you are and they're going to be sprinting at you, you don't want a gun where it's like you do well with it, you get the kill some of the time, but not all the time. You want an assault rifle that's really reliable. I would recommend a gun like the M4A1, the ACR. If you're into it, the Type 95 as well is a great choice. Something like that. All reliable choices are, you know, whatever you do the best with. One gun I wouldn't recommend, even though people tend to like it, is the CM901. It's a good gun. It's not that reliable though, in my opinion. If it's your gun, if you're good with the CM901, by all means go for it. But that's just my recommendation. Next, there's going to be two ways to play these defensive tactics, and one of them is going to involve sleight of hand or scavenger. Actually, no, it's going to be sleight of hand, quick draw, and stalker as one way, and then scavenger, assassin, and marksman as another way. But any of those are interchangeable depending on how you're playing or your play style in general. And essentially, what you're going to want to do is you're either going to want to be sort of like a silent defender with the assassin setup, and with the quick draw setup, you're kind of going to want to play like the straight. I don't want to say offensive, but you know, like the front line type man, where you move from cover to cover, slowly picking people off. And it's not like you'll be there forever or anything, but you know, you move from place to place, slowly pick people off and move up. While with the assassin one, you're pretty much just going to remain in the same general area of the map for the majority of the game. So depending on the game type you're playing, it could be any of those either of those that you want to do. And depending on your own personal preference, stalker or marksman, sleight of hand or scavenger, maybe you could swap in some steady aim for that depending on your playstyle. But yeah. Now, what you're going to want to do when you're playing defensively is you're going to want to always be looking at your minimap. You want to know where the enemies are, you want to know where your teammates are. Because usually, where your teammates are, where the enemies are, your teammates aren't. And vice versa, where your teammates are, the enemies aren't. Unless, you know, all your teammates happen to be right near a group of enemies. But you'd notice that on the minimap. So, what you're going to want to do is essentially stay near your teammates. Not like hugging them, not like those two guys in front of me are. You know, they were kind of like hugging each other, having a great time. But you want to stay near them. You want to stay near your teammates and make sure that you cover them. Make sure that if you notice they're dead, you turn around. Or you look where they died. You know, you search for their killer or whatever the case may be. But that's pretty much it for this video, guys. Defensive tactics are where it's at. That's what you want to do. You're pretty much going to want to rock the defensive tactics with an assault rifle, something like that. And yeah, I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. I hope you guys are enjoying the series. I love making it. Ton of fun. Next episode is going to be all about the offensive tactics. You know, that's what supports my playstyle much more, as opposed to any other playstyle. But I hope you guys have enjoyed the video. Hope you guys are enjoying the series. If you did, give it a thumbs up, and you guys can check the description. I haven't started using the Twitter yet, but the link's in the description if you want to start following me. At 400 or 500 subscribers, I'll start using it like daily, all the time. You guys will be able to keep up to date with me. And if you're new to the channel, please subscribe. And if for some reason you didn't like this video, something about it you didn't like or disagreed with, please leave a comment, let me know, so I can either correct myself or do better in the next video so you will like it. And yeah guys, 22 and 1, peace out.